Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Mitch English, and this is Daily Flash.
We did it! We made it!
Quick advice, don't stay after a Sunday night revival. Man, they can party. Oh, God. Can we turn these lights down?
Were you just on the set of The Righteous Gemstones?
Yes, I was.
That's what I thought.
No, I had my sunglasses. I had left them in my shirt, and I was like, I'll try them on.
I was like,
Baby
is this an
Billy.
Elvis day? I wasn't quite sure.
It does look a little
Yeah,
Elvis.
it does look a
doesn't it?
little Elvis, yeah.
Thank you very much. We got a big show right over there. Is Sweet Baby James. He's the guy that answers all of your
Hi, Big Daddy.
social media questions.
Oh yeah,
and
like,
comments.
comment, and share everything I'm giving you. And I'm going to introduce a new word today: plausible deniability.
Well, yeah, which we've all learned that. All right. I want to see what that refers to. And if you do as well, stick around. To my right is the one and only Matt Doolittle.
Guys, I am awake and ready
Yes,
for today.
you're awake?
You're awake.
If you're awake too, you can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. There you can like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. You know what? Send us an uplifting morning riser of an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com.
Yeah, right there, that camera right there. That's the one you look at. There you go.
There you go.
I know you,
Somewhere.
it seems like you
I
should.
see the thing, and then I got to look at the thing.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're over here.
All righty.
There. You did fine.
Yeah, I'm used to doing the thing with the thing and the thing.
The thing is the thing.
thing is the thing.
All right, we're going to move forward here on the show. Like we said, they got an hour packed with today's Trends, Tomorrow's Talk.
Okay, you know we love to talk about airline etiquette here
Mercy,
on the show.
Lord, yes.
Oh my goodness, Southwest Airlines has sparked a mixed response with its new plus-size passenger seating policy. The new rules will require all passengers who take up more than one seat to purchase an additional ticket starting in January of 2026. Now, the current policy allows plus-size passengers to either pay the cost of an extra seat ahead of time and receive a refund later, or show up at the airport and request an extra seat at no charge. Now, this policy made Southwest a preferred airline carrier choice for grossly overweight passengers. Southwest says the armrest is considered the defining boundary between seats, and if your body pours into the armrest of the next seat, you will be required to pay for an extra ticket. Now, the way I understand it is they're not going to be giving you refunds anymore. You're paying for the extra ticket, whereas before they said, well, we'll refund you if no one's sitting next to you.
Yeah, so which I kind of like that policy, but
Yeah.
they're just saying it probably was just a big hassle,
Yeah.
you know, or just like somebody
keep
that maybe
track.
might not have gone all the way over, and they made him do it. You know, I could see those people wanting to get a refund. Even still, I mean, this is, you know, a response. Obviously, they've also changed the way that they boarding policy. Remember, because it used to be Southwest, you can pick whatever seat you want.
Yeah.
I'm sure that has something to do with it as well.
Yes.
Because everything's assigned now. So
Yeah.
if you are assigned to a person that might take up 2 seats, I don't know who
Right.
you're with when I booked the ticket. And you have that seat, so I could see that they had to change something like that.
I guess my question is, how do they determine, like, how do you book a ticket? Let's say you're 6'5" and 195 pounds. Is that considered obese? Like, the weight certainly looks large on paper,
Right.
but then you add the height in.
that make your width
So
wise.
yeah, so how do they determine who's poor? Do you just have to self-determine?
I think it has to come down to that.
Yeah.
And they probably go, well, look, you know, anybody that wants to go this far, we'll go ahead and give them a refund, you know.
Yeah.
But let's make a blanket policy. And it's part of the business. You know, they were the ones that held out on free luggage, you know, your bags getting free. They have to make their money somewhere because we're seeing all these changes. I think that it is going to have to be a self-governing thing. And already people are already freaking out that you have assigned seating, which I appreciate assigned seating.
I do
I
too.
have no problem
Yeah.
with that. But this is, you know, I think if they get it out of the way now, pull the Band-Aid off. Did they say when this goes into effect? Is it
I believe
first
it's the first of the year.
Okay, which makes sense because then now they go through the holiday season.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about it.
so you can eat extra at mom's house. Sorry.
I have been on a plane before. It was a connecting flight, and they told me I had to get off. And me and like about 6 or 7 other people, it was a smaller plane, and because you know, when it came down to it, and they're like, it was weight distribution. And I was like, okay. And I noticed, I looked around, I go, we're all fat people, because I used to be really fat. And I go, we're all fat people. I get what I felt a little discriminated, but I'm also on a plane that has everything to do with balance, and I get that. But what I don't understand is all the luggage behind.
There's that, and then there's the averages, because when they're building these seats, it's much like when they build roller coasters and stuff now. It's like there's an average height and size that they have to go by for men and women of normal proportions. Now, if you're Shaq and you're 7'1", 350 pounds trying to get on there, you're not the average person that they're customly building these things for. Then you've got to figure out your own.
That's why they have extensions. Or buy James, 2 seats. I'm not picking on you, but you're a big dude.
I was about to say something anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
I guess I'm not going to be PC as the most handsomely,
Don't be
pleasantly
PC.
plump
You look nice today.
person
Yeah,
that's
you look
in
great.
here. I mean, it's not something. If I'm a flight attendant or a person at the desk, if the person is fat, I'm going to say something and say, ma'am, come on. Let's be honest. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to be honest. But yes, I mean, Shaq he flies PJs, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
But Andre,
let's just say a guy like that. Yeah.
There's those infamous pictures of Andre the Giant on commercial flights where he takes up a whole row.
And
he
has to. I mean, but those are some outliers, right? But you have people, regular people. Like I fit in the seat. I may look huge and all that stuff, but I fit in the seat with no problem. I don't spill over. But the average person a lot of people are not doing that.
Okay, James, I want you to come over here, buddy. All right?
Yeah.
And we'll do a demonstration.
You'll be in the middle seat. Okay.
Yeah, James, you'll be middle seat, okay?
I'm not doing it. I never do middle seats either.
Okay, let's just say
I never do middle seats.
But let's say
either.
you were assigned a middle seat,
Yeah.
okay?
Do you want me to?
Because now it's assigned seat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be sitting right here. This looks like about average room.
Yeah.
When you say Matt, no, have you sit
Oh,
down.
you want me to sit down?
Yeah.
Okay.
So put your hand out here, Jackson. So for the armrest.
Okay. Armrest.
So I would say this. Okay. Now let's say you got that seat.
Hey, you see, I'm sitting back, right? You see, I'm sitting back. That's how you gotta do it, baby.
You gotta put your arm on the table. Put your arm.
That's all right.
Put your arm on the
Put your
table.
arms over here.
There you go.
Now we're gonna wrestle for the armrest.
Your arm is my arm.
I know from personal experience.
Yeah, baby, that's how you do it.
When I used to have to fly with my dad, who was a larger person, every time he moved, because I get stuck in the middle seat when we do a family vacation.
Yeah.
Every time he moved, I'd feel it, even if he was trying to be like squid.
But he paid for your ticket, so you had to take it.
Yeah, well.
So okay, here's the other question. So who gets the armrest?
I say middle person always gets
Always
armrest
gets
because
both.
You can lean to
I'm
the
all
side.
fine with
You
it.
got
I'm
room.
fine with it. Yeah.
They get both armrests.
I say so. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is why I'm against assigned seating.
I
Because
see.
you would pick that.
Yeah, I would pick the window.
So,
you're a window
hold on,
guy?
Hold on. Sit right
Yeah,
here.
I'm a window guy.
Hold
I'll
on
sit
really
next to the
quick.
window.
I'm so sorry. I need to go to the restroom. I'm so sorry. I've got to go.
What is happening? What is happening?
I gotta go.
Hey.
I'll be right back.
Bring some drinks back.
Mitch, you
Bring some drinks back. We gotta fix this. Bring some drinks
Okay,
back.
so here's another question. If you're sitting, that's okay. If you're sitting in a window seat and the person next to you is asleep, do you wake them up if you have to go to the bathroom?
I would wait to wake him up, but yeah, I would have.
Oh,
it
you
depends on
have-
how
you
bad
have
it
to,
is.
right?
No, I'm going to the bathroom. Wake up! Wake up! I gotta go pee.
If you get the bubble gut, I'll be like, I'm so sorry.
You about to be sorry. You say that to the people in the back.
Have you ever sat behind somebody who probably should have gone to the restroom before they got on the
Do you
plane?
guys?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys remember the guy puked on me one time
Oh,
on the
yeah.
flight? That's
Yeah.
a true
Oh, that's
thing.
not
That a
good.
guy literally puked on me one time. So no, I've never had. What do you mean, like that?
Crop dusting.
Okay, crop. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not, but I know without a doubt. If you're in, let's
my
say,
God.
seat row 25 and
Oh
you
my
crop
God.
that, they're smelling it in first class.
Oh my God.
There's no doubt at all. And that's the problem that we have. We all feel like we have these privileges when we fly.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody, we need to, okay, besides first class, because when you walk through first class, they just give you the look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some of them were just lucky that they got an upgrade for free.
yeah.
But we are all equal once we pass that first class.
Once you pass that
That's-
curtain.
Yes.
That's true. That's
Right
true.
when you
were on,
I-
coach.
But there have been situations where I see people argue over the shade.
Yeah.
Some people put their feet right next to the window. And
Disgusting. Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? People are so rude when it
Shoes
comes to
should
this.
never come off on a flight.
Never, ever,
Oh,
ever.
yeah, no, never.
And I recently saw a complete meltdown on Frontier Airlines video of it, of a lady that was screaming at the rest of the passengers because she wanted to allow her kids to get, off the plane first. Now, I get it, but I mean, why are there so many meltdowns on planes these days?
I had a guy try to fight me because his luggage was in the back of the plane and he was trying to go upstream, and we're like, no, dude, you wait till we go.
Yes.
He really wanted to get in a fight with me in Detroit.
You got a salmon traveler.
Yeah.
He's the guy that went upstairs. Very good. All right, there are so many of these things. We'd love to have a compilation of
Come on,
things
James, sit up.
put
Let's
together
arm wrestle.
of your issues that you have, what we need to stop. I say airport or air flying new rules.
What is with these airports?
Well, what's the deal? How about some
what's
new
the
pilots?
deal?
Anyway, we want to hear yours so we can put it all together. We might even have a website.
Yeah.
Change this when it comes to traveling. We need it. Love that.
DailyFlashShow.com.
And I am so sorry. I got a UTI.
Again? Again. Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson!
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Berkshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Oh, dog and cat! It's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the media.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson along with Mitch English. Future college students will have new rules to go by when they apply for college loans. Here to talk more about it is Allie Kelly. She's the economy reporter for Business Insider. Allie, great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Some critics say borrowing caps will shut out low-income students from becoming doctors or lawyers when it comes to these student loans. What's really happening here?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we have to look at is the Big Beautiful Bill, which is the bill that Trump signed into law in July that overhauled a lot of federal spending. And one of those things is the way the U.S. education system works. And one of the big things there is a new cap on borrowing for medical and law school. And so in large part, students are going to be looking at a $200,000 cap in lifetime borrowing allowed for medical and law school. And one of the challenges with that, especially for low income students that don't have family or outside resources, is that public and private medical schools tend to go over $200,000 for a full degree.
And that leads us to the next question. I mean, the plan targets runaway tuition. It's hard to imagine that some of these colleges with billion-dollar endowments are not adjusting for this. Why are they not lowering their tuition fees? It's hard for me to understand how a college could cost $75,000, $100,000 a semester. That makes no sense to me.
Absolutely. This is a huge challenge. And of course, it varies a little bit for public versus private universities. But the Trump administration has kind of tried to address this, especially as national student debt delinquency has jumped in recent years. That bill that I spoke about that is now law kind of put these benchmarks in place so that colleges have to meet certain student outcomes to prove that their degrees are worth it, sort of. So that's one of the things that they need to do in order to keep receiving federal funding. Universities with large endowments will also be seeing a tax on that endowment. And then there's an expansion of the Pell Grant system. So the Trump administration, in short, has kind of put some more conditions on these colleges that in order to receive federal funding, they have to make education a little bit more accessible.
Well, it's hard to imagine that some of these students who are graduating from college and they're pursuing a career as a doctor or a lawyer are now facing $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in debt. I just can't imagine trying to dig yourself out of the hole. What about a surcharge on students who want to become a doctor or a lawyer?
This is something that I think that we're going to have to wait and see. It's a huge huge deal for these really in-demand professions that are highly skilled. I think that we're going to see absolutely, like we spoke about, these barriers for low-income students and even middle-income students with the exorbitant cost of a lot of higher education right now. I think that rural areas especially could see this impact over time, that they're already seeing the brunt of these physician shortages and kind of generally lower resourced in a lot of ways. And then we're also seeing Medicaid changes from the Trump administration that reduces funding to, for example, hospitals in a lot of rural areas.
What about, Allie, the putting the onus on some of these colleges to fund these student loans? And if their students aren't able to pay them back, then the college ends up having to pay that. But to me, that makes more sense than having the government be on the hook for $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 degrees that may or may not result in any kind of career.
I think it's absolutely a policy to consider, and something that, of course, these universities have a lot of lawyers and are going to fight back on that. There's also challenges in the way that the government has more control over, say, a public university over a private one. But it is something that I think a lot of educators, a lot of scholars, a lot of economists in this space are thinking about, is like, how do you solve and alleviate this challenge that is student debt? And it's only getting worse. And I think that in some ways the Trump administration has looked to kind of alleviate these challenges. And in a lot of ways, on the individual level, a lot of the Biden era forgiveness plans have been rolled back.
Yeah, and prior to that, if I understand correctly, Obama made some changes to how student loans are funded and how they're received. Allie, great conversation. We could talk about this some more. This is wonderful info. For more on the new student rule loans, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. We'll share this interview on our website.
You there, AJ. And then there's this. You know all about those miracle weight loss drugs everybody's talking about. You got Ozempic, you got Wegovy, you got Mounjaro. Well, it turns out they actually may come now with a new side effect that no one saw coming. It's not the stomach issue. It's not the Ozempic phase. Something weirder. They're confusing cancer scans. This is real. Doctors are actually finding that these medications are actually making the PET CT scans light up in all the wrong places, showing that hot spots that aren't even there are even hiding ones that actually are. Basically, the medicine can make your body look sick when it's not, or healthy when it's not.
Oh my
Experts
gosh.
are saying that you need to stop the meds, but you do need to tell your doctor right before any scan. That little injection could have a big difference on what they actually see. So if you're on Ozempic and the doc says, hey, we found something suspicious, just respond with, hey, here's what's up, doc. I'm taking Ozempic.
Wow.
And it's not the meds playing tricks, so scary stuff. More Flash after this. All right, let's jump into some trending stories here. Actually, some important stuff, too. What's hiding at the bottom of your glass or maybe your coffee mug might alarm you.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
This is frightening.
Microplastics. They're tiny fragments. They're found after bigger pieces of plastics actually break down over time. They can be found in everything from cleaning products to clothes and even cosmetics, even what we eat and drink. A lot of times, believe it or not, researchers have tested more than 150 samples of some of the most popular beverages, and they found microplastics in every single one of them.
Oh my goodness.
Contamination, widespread. Concentration was found in drinks that are served at higher temperatures, like hot tea that topped the charts, average of 80 microplastics per liter, and that's more double than the amount found in iced tea. Hot coffee came in second, edging out its iced counterpart. Hot drinks actually served in disposable cups and nearly double the amount of microplastics compared to drinks served in glass mugs. The first thing I think of is microwaving food. You know, we say put it in a microwave safe
container.
And everybody thinks, oh, okay, microwave safe. No, it's saying the container is microsafe, not that it's going to protect your food from the microplastic. It's just saying that this container that you're about to put in the microwave should not melt or mess up or anything. It doesn't say anything about the microplastics that might go into your food.
Okay, so whenever I microwave anything, it has to be on a plate or in a bowl, and I use a damp paper towel.
Of course you do.
Don't put plastic wrap on it. I try not to use plastic dishes. Even if the plastic, let's say it's a frozen food or a ready-made meal, even if it says microwave friendly or microwave safe, I still don't want to microwave it in a plastic dish.
You're right, and that's how it should be. Which, by the way, you should see Jackson's kitchen. It's I could see you doing all that inside of a microwave.
A kitchen show?
I think we should. We should do our whole show out of your kitchen. It's beautiful.
You can.
And just because I can use your espresso machine in the wall. I love it. Anyway, but yeah, you think, and we're just so used to it. And my wife is very conscious of it. And we had, I made some chili and I had some leftover chili.
Yeah.
This happened just yesterday, and my microwave is outside.
She makes your microwave outside.
Really? I have an outdoor kitchen. I have an outdoor kitchen where it has everything pretty much I need. I have a sink. I have everything out there I need. But the microwave lives outside, and she feels that there's waves in microwaves.
Okay.
She doesn't, I was like,
Fair.
all right, whatever. And I used to microwave a lot. But anyway, so we were having chili.
Simple, you do. It just
Glass.
Yeah.
You use a glass, go
Yeah.
out there, but I had to put a paper towel on it because you don't want it to
Yeah.
spread up. So, okay, that's just one little thing. But we're talking about drinks, and it makes sense that if they're hot drinks because it's breaking down the
Yes.
styrofoam and the plastic. Right?
I can't drink anything out of a styrofoam cup. And like some paper cups have that waxy
Yeah.
film
what you're
inside.
talking about, right.
And I am telling you, I can taste a difference. Like I can
wow.
tell. And Starbucks, interestingly enough, has started serving their hot drinks. If you stay inside their cafe, they'll ask you, do you want it in a paper
That's
cup
true,
or
yeah.
or a mug? And it's like, to me, get the mug anytime.
We remember the other day we
Yes.
went and they go, oh, this is cool. We got
Yeah.
mugs. This is
I
right. I
know,
like that.
it's so nice.
And sitting down, it felt more like a cafe experience.
Do you ever use those magic erasers?
Yes. The Mr. Clean.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
they're fantastic. But do you know that they are full of microplastics?
Don't tell me that. I believe
Really?
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
chock full of microplastics. If you've ever used one and you've used it and then all of a sudden it starts to fall apart,
Yeah.
it's full of microplastics. That's why it's abrasive and that's why you can get stuff off. Now the question is, if you're using them on a floor or on a dish or whatever, it leaves that microplastic residue behind. So you have to be really careful with that stuff. If you use it, you should wipe it down after.
And Matt Doolittle, he's our resident wall licker, so you might not want to lick the wall after we magic clean. Okay, Matt, just telling you, I'm not sure. I think he's licking a wall right now.
And then you think about
love
things
you,
that are
Matt.
tossed in the ocean,
No, you're right, yeah.
And they break down in the ocean. The fish eat whatever trash is dumped in the ocean, full of microplastics.
If you want, I probably am not quoting this directly, but
Yeah.
this is the neighborhood, this is the ballpark. They say within every year you eat enough microplastics for a credit card. If to give you an idea of how much microplastics are, maybe even two, but there's a statistic, look it up, that says that's how much we do. Now, when you put it to something like, okay, a credit card, you're looking at it, it's like, wow, that is a lot. And why isn't there more being done about these microplastics?
Agreed.
And we don't know what they're doing to our bodies. You're starting to see, this is a chemical. Plastic is a chemical.
Yep.
So, you wonder if this has something to do with maybe ADHD. Who knows?
Exactly.
we don't know.
Autism, you never know what sort of things it can contribute to our immune system and how it might break down some sort of immunity that we might have naturally in our body. And also, how long does it take for plastic to break down? Isn't it like 7, 8 years, a minimum?
And then styrofoam never.
Never.
Right. And by the way, if you have one of those styrofoam coolers you get at 7-Eleven and it flies out of the back of your truck, and it will take over the entire road with those little specks of styrofoam.
That sound of styrofoam,
That too.
I can't. It sends me through the roof. That
I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
there. It just sends shivers down my spine.
To me, styrofoam, I'm amazed that it's still around.
Yes, me too.
There's so many other ways. And why aren't these plastic we have got the Solo cups, but they're not Solo cups. They're aluminum.
Yes.
And you can reuse
Yes.
them. And that's the only, if you're going to have a party, that's the way to go.
a great
because
way to
otherwise you're
go.
throwing them away.
Yeah.
And a lot of these recycling places, they don't want those Solo cups. And there's certain things you can't recycle.
And they say if you throw it in the recycling bin, it all just gets tossed in the same place.
And I hate hearing that
Yeah,
because
me
we
too.
really need to do it to get all these plastics
Yeah.
out of there and the atmosphere.
Yeah.
More of today's Trends, Tomorrow's Talk right here. Where?
Yeah, dailyflashshow.com.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hello, everybody. I am Mitch English.
Yes, he is. I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's Trends, Tomorrow's Talk. Welcome, everybody.
We love having you here. We love having all of you here.
Yes, we do. And in fact, we love all of our stations across the nation. Matt Doolittle, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to 219 beautiful affiliates that we have across the country, including the Armed Forces Network, which is all around the world. And today we are shouting out our friends at KUOC in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa.
The oil capital of America.
Man, Tulsa is such a cool place. It's more hip. So when I lived in Oklahoma City, Tulsa actually was kind of like the more hip town. There's a little bit of competition.
It's like
there.
the Austin of Oklahoma.
That's a great way to say it.
Okay.
And Oklahoma City, y'all know I love you. Channel 52 right there in Oklahoma City, we love you. I
OKC.
love you too as well in Tulsa. There are 2 TV shows out right now featuring Tulsa. You got Tulsa King with Stallone, and he left. They were shooting it there. So now all they do is outdoor shots real quick.
Yeah.
But there is a show. It's called The Lowdown. It's really good. It's got Kyle MacLachlan and Ethan Hawke in it. It's really good. And it takes place in Tulsa.
I'm going to watch it now.
Tulsa's, and my radio show is on in the afternoons. By the way, you should check it out. It's on the Bull there in Tulsa. All right, that's enough plugging, right?
Yeah.
All right, sometimes I get at the house and I get very, very lonely. You guys don't text me on the weekends. I get worried. And they're saying now, there's some research out there that says loneliness actually poses a mortal risk that's actually on par with those that smoke a pack a day.
I have heard this, especially with seniors, like
100%.
the older generation. Yeah.
It's actually worse than obesity. It's worse than alcoholism and lack of exercise. About half of older adults, as you had mentioned, in primary care actually are saying that they feel lonely. And I could see that. Your kids are grown up and, you're now out of the house and now you're in the sunset of your life is what they say. And loneliness can really take over. Researchers are saying doctors to actually start screening patients for loneliness is actually finding out more about them and prescribe what they call social medicine, which is basically, look, you need to get involved with groups. And that's why sometimes like in retirement villages and places, they have community things because that's how important it is.
They're saying that in a big part of annual physicals or wellness exams, those questions are now part of
Which they should be.
the application to go back and see your doctor again. Are you social? Do you feel lonely? How many times a week do you speak to family and friends? How many times a week do you see family and friends? Like all of those things are listed on every questionnaire before you go and see the doctor now. Those are standard. So I think the doctors are actually looking for signs of potential loneliness. Now, whether or not people answer those questions honestly is another story.
And I also think when they ask those questions, it's based off of how you feel now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So if they're in a good mood and they fill it out, they're going to probably fill it out. But it's so dangerous, loneliness is, only because I don't have anybody. I don't even know who to talk to if you do have issues. And it's actually, we are talking about the older generation, but the younger generation, any age can go through loneliness. I think of like teenagers. I see my bonus son, sometimes, he's not playing with his friends or he's not going out. But that's actually a good thing because I want him to be bored to learn stuff.
Yes.
But then I also, then the human side of me and dad part of me is like, man, you don't have anybody to play with.
But the problem, I think, a lot of time is this thing, because it creates isolation. Because instead of having human interaction, we're constantly on this having some sort of digital interaction.
And and you say, well, okay, a remedy to that is texting. At least you would text me back and forth. They have AIs now that could go rogue, and they have here in Orlando. There's that case that we've been talking about, the little boy who killed himself.
That took his own life,
because the AI told him to do it. Anyway, I know that we're kind of going round and round, but if you know somebody right now, maybe there's somebody on your street, maybe there's somebody that you go, just say hi to them and just talk. And if they're an older person, you'll probably learn something from them.
What was very terrifying during COVID is I went to go see my dad, and he lived out in Henderson, Nevada at the time, and I remember things were starting to shut down, right? So I went to him, and we were out walking, and one of the neighbors had a dog, and she goes, "This is my only companionship for the time being," while everything was locked down.
Wow.
So, that's a good marker of, hey, you got to have somebody and something to look forward to.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know what? Just say hi. That's your challenge this week. We got more.
October is Menopause Awareness Month, so it's a time to spotlight a stage of life that doesn't often get talked about enough. Here's dermatologist Dr. Marisha Garshik with more.
Thanks so much for having me. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, women's skin loses about 30% of collagen during the first 5 years of menopause. They will notice changes such as dryness, dullness, loss of elasticity, lines, and wrinkles. So it's super important to replenish it as much as possible. And there is a new serum that I'm loving that Skin Better Science has launched called Maestro Revive Renewing Serum. It's a new formula designed to rejuvenate the look of skin and restore vitality during hormonal fluctuations associated with perimenopause and menopause. What's special about it is that it's formulated with Path Biotechnology, which is a proprietary blend of 13 plant adaptogens selected to harmonize pathways affected by these hormonal fluctuations and clinically tested for women ages 45 and up with dry to very dry perimenopausal or menopausal skin. It revives, rebalances, and restores skin's natural luminosity and youthful appearance. It was clinically tested and showed a 32% improvement in crepey skin, 22% improvement in lines and wrinkles, and 60% improvement in hydration. I especially love that the skin just feels good and more resilient when using this product, and that it's so easy to layer into a skincare routine. You can find it exclusively through authorized Skin Better Science providers or online at skinbetter.com. Now, beyond skincare, wellness matters too. Supporting your body with nutrient-rich foods, staying hydrated, managing stress, and light exercise can help ease the transition through menopause. Remember, it's not about anti-aging, it's about better aging through this important stage that affects all women at some point in their lives.
All right, good stuff, important stuff there. Let's talk about some trendy news stories. A cruise passenger desperately trying to wiggle her way to safety after getting trapped in a water slide, and we have the video. Check it out. The video shows a woman stuck in a clear tube high above the open water. You can see the passenger trying to get down the slide with her arms fully extended, scooting her body ever so much forward. The slide actually has passengers stand on a trapdoor that opens before they're dropped 159 feet into a pool below. It's on a Norwegian cruise line. They say the ride does require a minimum height of 40 inches and a weight between 120 and 300 pounds. And that would, I mean, they're obviously safe, and this is a new ship, I would imagine, but that is the last place I would want to be stuck. But you would hope that you'd feel safe. But and I say that because everybody could see you. It was clear, as you can see it. That's why I don't care about falling in the water. Because then I'm like, well, then maybe I get a free cruise next go around. It's just now I'm embarrassed because everybody's seeing it.
I remember when I was first learning to ski on the bunny slope, I got stuck, I fell down, and I didn't know how to get up, and the entire ski lodge down below was laughing at me. So, I mean, you know, you have those moments, clear as day. It was a complete fumble, but, you know, when you're learning how to ski, that's part of it.
I told you, I popped my MCL at the exact same place in the canyons, learning how to ski, exact same, and they had to take me down both times. And I was in a brace and everything.
I just wouldn't want somebody else coming down on top of me in that slide.
That would be scary, very much so. Stick around, we'll slide into this commercial break.
Hey, Mitchie.
Hey, Jackson.
Yeah, I want to talk about that big story coming out of Hollywood.
Hold on, wait. I want to get Matt in on this call, all right? Hold on.
Hey, what's up, Mitch and Dias?
Matty!
Mitchie.
Mateus.
Mitch, my man.
Matty of Birkenshire.
What's going on?
Hey, AJ wants us to talk about a big story that's happening.
This kid, the Kiki, says hi. He has his own Instagram.
That's great, Matt, but I really want to talk about this big story coming out of Hollywood.
Ooh, dog and cat, it's
You should check it out. This kid, the Kiki.
I want to know what's going on.
What?
Oh, okay, so real quick. Why does he still have a dial-up modem?
Hey, I gotta get back to wrestling stuff.
It's on the media.
You know what? Maybe we should just try this later.
Okay, all right. Peace and love.
Daily Flash.
Where are you?
It's just better when you're part of the conversation. Join us online.
Each year, approximately 2 million women enter perimenopause and another 1.3 million enter menopause. Joining us now with more is Dr. Erin Duralde. Doctor, welcome to Daily Flash. What are the most common myths and misconceptions about menopause?
Thanks for having me. One of the most common myths is that hot flashes are the only sign of menopause. There are so many other symptoms that women can have as they're going through this transitional time. And then another really big myth is that there's nothing you can do about it. there is a lot we can do. We have a lot of different treatments available, hormonal, non-hormonal medications, lifestyle, and it all needs to be personalized care.
You mentioned some of the symptoms. What are some of the lesser known symptoms women may experience other than hot flashes?
Lesser known symptoms can be mood changes, cognitive issues, skin changes, and sleep difficulties are also really common.
Why is it so important for menopause and women's health to be a part of primary care?
Well, 50% of our population goes through this life experience, and 85% of people have bothersome symptoms that can last on average 4 to 10 years. So it's really important that we're catching the early signs and can help women to live better, to avail themselves of treatment options, and to support them and integrate this in their overall primary care to support their overall health.
What would you say are some of the best treatments out there for perimenopause and menopause?
Yeah, some of the best treatments are going to be hormone modulating treatments. So, hormone replacement therapy, also called menopausal hormone therapy, which involves using an estrogen and progestogen. That's the family of progesterone like medications. Those can be really helpful. We also use other non hormonal treatments that are targeted specifically at the hot flash center in the brain. We can use mood supportive medications. We have lots of different treatments. It really depends on what is bothering the person.
And where can our viewers go for more information?
They can visit health.amazon.com/menopause to see if we have a clinic near them.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll share this information on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, who doesn't love an easy, all-inclusive escape, especially during the busy holiday season? Travel expert Janine Torrentore joins us now with a look at some of her best resorts on her radar. Janine, great to have you here. What should we have on our travel wish list this season?
Well, I have 3 really great resorts you're going to want to write down and put on your list for this holiday and winter season. The first one is where I am today, which is in the beautiful Dominican Republic. I'm at the W Punta Cana Adult All-Inclusive. This resort just opened this summer. It's brand new, the first W in the world to be an all-inclusive, and it is stunning. 320 rooms, all king beds, suites with private plunge pools. You have entertainment that's designed around music experiences. So think DJ residencies. They have a speakeasy with vinyl records and arcade games, and really elevated all-inclusive culinary and mixology options. No buffets, no lines, great wellness experiences here as well. Next, I would take you to Barbados and the Colony Club, a luxury collection resort. Now, this one is not all-inclusive, but it's fantastic. It just reopened on September 1st, completely renewed and renovated rooms and common spaces. It's an iconic colonial-style resort, a tranquil retreat that spans 7 acres with lagoon-style pools, white sand beaches. They have complimentary water sports, great wellness and culinary experiences, and it's just 40 minutes from the international airport. And then finally, Mexico, always a top destination for U.S. travelers. Almare, a luxury collection resort on Isla Mujeres. It's an adult all-inclusive property, eco-sustainable, sophisticated, all about luxury and relaxation here. 7 restaurants and bars, 4,500 square foot spa, oceanfront and 360-degree rooftop pools, and really great curated local experiences and adventures. So you can't go wrong with any of these. They're definitely ones you want to have on your list this holiday season.
Janine, great stuff. Where can we go if we want more info?
These are all Marriott properties, so you can find them all right at Marriott.com.
All right, yes, let's get social here. And very interesting topic. When you go online from your phone, does it feel like you somehow found an ad for something you were just talking about? And have you ever wondered if your phone is actually listening to you?
I think it is. Here with some answers is our social media general, James Alexander.
James, what do you got for this, buddy?
Hey, you know, I'm the El Jefe of social media around these parts, and I'm here to tell everyone, no one is recording you.
Okay.
If you don't believe me, here's the head of Instagram.
This is a myth-busting video about something I've had a lot of passionate conversations about, maybe at least a few, 2 or 3, with my wife as well, which is we do not listen to you. We do not use the phone's microphone to eavesdrop on you.
Now, he goes on to say that if Instagram were listening or recording, here's what you would notice. You would notice the light on the top of the phone, all right, saying that the mic is on and that the phone battery is draining.
Okay.
Oh, no, man.
So then what are they listening for?
Yeah, what are they listening?
So all they're doing is listening for a wake word, just like you have Siri or Alexa.
Hold on, now you're talking. Hey, you're all over my phone now.
Yeah. So
order that new suit coat you want.
Exactly. Or ladies in Colombia.
So let's say they were listening. Wouldn't this kind of be like an invasion of your privacy altogether?
It will be a huge invasion of your privacy, and in America we love lawyers, so lawyers will go crazy for this type of case. But again, they're only listening for the wake.
I don't know though. I don't buy that because I'll have a conversation, we'll be talking, then all of a sudden that same story pops up on the Facebook feed.
So here's the deal. Here's why it happens.
Okay.
So inside that app, they look at all the things that you have been searching for, things that your friends have been searching for.
I don't know, man.
So as you go on and search, they kind of come up with those ads. Now, the head of Instagram said it was not happening. So I would give him plausible deniability.
Okay. Now, is it working not on Instagram, but it does Facebook, which owns Instagram. Does the microphone work on Facebook? Maybe not on Instagram. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where you can what was the word? Plausible deniability?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay. So you could say, well, hey, on Instagram you don't have to worry about that, which makes you think, well, then Facebook must be the same way.
It's supposed to be like that across all the platforms. They can't record.
Here's my challenge with it. I'll be doing something and all of a sudden I hear Siri say, repeat that again. And I didn't ask Siri to do anything. And it just picked up on some kind of a keyword. So that makes me think, if my phone can just pick up randomly words that I'm saying without me actually inviting Siri to help me out, that means that they have the possibility, some sort of algorithm is running on my phone that picks up on that
stuff.
stuff.
We need to try that on social media.
Okay, let's talk about it. And by the way, TikTok and your EULA says they're allowed to hack into your phone at any time you want. So remember that. I know everybody's great and all excited about it here in America, but that hasn't changed, so keep that in mind. So what do we want to say quickly?
All right, very quickly, we're going to put the question of the day up, and this question is about your famous lines. So we're going to have some fun from movies, so just check us out.
Oh, okay, your favorite line from a movie.
Yep.
Like if you said the line of a movie, you would know exactly, like, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yes.
Which from Jaws, right? All right, love it. Great job there, James. More after this. Welcome back to Daily Flash. It's Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, where we look into celebrity real estate. So let's dive into it right now.
Okay, we're going to start with the Beverly Hills mansion that is quite the knockout, pun intended. A French modern-style estate formerly owned by retired boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. is back on the market for a cool $32 million. Built in 1992, the sprawling estate features 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 2 powder rooms. There's also a hidden guest house, a home theater, and of course a gym, plus an outdoor resort-style pool and spa, all on a landscaped half-acre.
I love that. Floyd Mayweather has 2 powder rooms.
2 powder rooms.
I love that one. All right, next we have funny man Graham Norton, who officially closed the chapter of his New York City home. The Irish broadcast host and comedian sold his residence of $5.3 million. The London-based talk show host bought the Murray Hill property in 2002 from supermodel Claudia Schiffer. Spanning about 2,500 square feet across 3 floors, the home features 15-foot ceilings, stone fireplace, along with a huge roof deck. The home was built back in 1864. It features 2 bedrooms, 3 baths, a library with custom floor-to-ceiling bookshelves.
I wonder if it has one of those cool ladders, too, that goes with it. Former model and Bravo alum Yolanda Hadid has listed her 30-acre equestrian estate in Pennsylvania for $11 million. Hadid first purchased the historic property back in 2017 for about $4 million. The home features a restored turn-of-the-century main house with 5 bathrooms, 5 fireplaces, 3 guest houses. A 1776 stone barn now holds an 8,000 square foot entertainment space, gym, and a professional equestrian facility. The barn has been outfitted with 14 stalls, tack and feed rooms, and a manager's office. Outside, there's a riding arena, a resort-style pool, vegetable and meditation gardens, and fields of lavender.
I think we found your next house with that the horse. with the staples and such.
Beautiful.
Lavender. If you've never seen a field of lavender, I know that I'm not being facetious when I say it really looks cool, but it smells amazing. Lavender is supposed to really calm you down. So
I don't think the lavender will supplement the horse hobby, but at least you'll get a little extra money back.
Yeah, you'll have nice views, exactly.
Yes.
All righty. We love that you allow us into your celebrity home and your real estate. We want to make sure you join us again 23 short hours from now.
For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye. Be good or good at it.